welcome to our Spanish Fiesta show. We're going to go to farmer's market and then make some homemade tortilla chips from those packages at the grocery store for our salsa and guacamole that we bought with all that produce. And then we're going to make homemade tacos that are the best in town and top it off with a beautiful watermelon spritzer. Yum! Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and I'm at the Santa Barbara Farmers Market today, and we're going to go shopping. So my chicken tortilla soup takes big pasilla chilies, and they have it right here, and they're beautiful. I also want a really nice bell pepper. Isn't that gorgeous with the two colors on it? Yum. These are grown 10 minutes from where we're standing right now. It's always great to buy locally produced vegetables, so look for it in your area too. Hi. Good, how are you doing?
Well.
What restaurant do you work at?
Seagrass.
Seagrass, oh I love seagrass. A lot
Really?
of organically grown
Yes,
things there.
yes.
Things from the ocean.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's always so fun to run into the local chefs at the farmers market. It gets me really excited because I ask them what they're making for their menu, and I get ideas. It's what I live for. I'm a frustrated 5-star chef. I'm going to make a Fiesta salsa with these beautiful fresh red tomatoes. So here's avocado land. I need some avocados for my guacamole. So I'm making some guacamole, and I want ones that are going to be ripe tomorrow for my recipe. What you got?
I have like, I think like the ones that are like nice and firm are good. Yeah, for
It's
sure.
always good to ask, especially if you have a recipe coming up. And avocado's a little touchy. How fast do these get soft?
Like a day or so for like ripeness. Did you want to do the 3 for $2? Or?
Oh, I want to do 6.
6? Okay,
I
cool.
like to make a lot. This is going to go fast. Thank you so much. That's great. I love these yellow tomatoes. It's going to be beautiful in my salsa. And they're backyard fresh, which is the best. So when I feel them, the way you choose them, I want them a little firm to the touch because I want them to slice without getting too mushy. When was this cilantro picked?
A couple hours ago.
2 hours ago. You can't get any fresher than that from the farm to the farmer's market. Love it. I struck gold. I found the peaches. They smell great. What variety are these?
They're June ladies.
June ladies. Well, it's July, but that's still okay with me. How about 10?
So
That's some pretty kale. Gotta have this. You're not done with me yet. Can I have a red onion? We got our guacamole, we got our salsa, we got our peach pie. Hey, I think we're good. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Let's keep cooking together. Viva la fiesta! Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and today we're going to make homemade tortilla chips. It's so easy. Once you learn how to do this, you're never going to want to buy the bag chips again. They are that much better. The ingredients are just as simple as this: tortillas, oil, and salt. That's it. So here we go. I buy them in the big packages because I can always have a reason to pull out a tortilla and make something with it. I keep these in my refrigerator and they last really a couple weeks, or even freeze half of them. The first thing to do is you put your oil in a pot and you start heating it up, which is what I've done here. That's my tortilla soup sitting in the background. Grab about 4 or 5 of them at a time, and you need to cut them up. If you want a triangle, it's as simple as that. You make one down the center, but then think of it as a little pie. It's fun to have all the same sizes, so let me show you how you get 6 pieces out of this guy. After the center cut, I aim for the middle, I put my little knife there, and I see what's gonna look like it's gonna make it 6. I think that's it. Math is just part of cooking. And then put them all together and do it again. That's what I ended up with. Now, those seem to be pretty much the same size. I'm happy with that. This little pile is gonna have strips because these are fun to munch. This will be one batch in that oil, and that'll be another. If you make too big a batches, your oil is gonna bubble up all over and be very dangerous. You also want a real even cooking. And so this is how I accomplish that. Just about 4 or 5 tortillas each. My oil's been on high for about 5 minutes. I'm getting my paper towels ready to collect all the extra grease. It's time to check to see if our oil's hot enough because I'm ready to cook. So drop it in slowly. Hey, and it did not sizzle right away, so that's not hot enough. For a big thing of oil like this, it would take probably 5 to 8 minutes on high to heat up, but you better check it at 4, 5, 6 minutes. You don't want to get too hot, it can be dangerous. My oil's hot enough, I'm adding in my tortilla strips now. And you need to stir it around so it evenly distributes the heat. See what I'm saying about it bubbling up? If you had had too many of these at the same time, it would have bubbled up and over and been disastrous. You gotta be really careful. It'll take 2 to 3 minutes to get to a golden brown color. When it stops bubbling, that's when you take them out because that means the moisture isn't pushing out the oil. If you get to a no bubble zone, what's happening is it's sucking the moisture into your food and you don't want that. Optimal crunch is achieved once those bubbles stop bubbling. Quickly put it on your paper towel laden tray. Shake, 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 shake that oil off. And as it's really hot with that oil, add the salt. Let's try it. Those are delicious. Viva la fiesta! Subscribe to my channel, let's keep cooking. Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and today we're going to make homemade salsa. The ingredients for this dish are tomatoes, lemon, a chili pepper for the pep, red onion, and cilantro. That's it. Isn't this tomato beautiful? Wow, there are so many varieties out there right now. Some are heirloom tomatoes, there's purple tomatoes, yellows, orange tomatoes, and even little striped ones like the one I'm cutting now. When picking out your tomatoes, pick out the ones that are the firm ones. I'm making a big batch today, so put them in a big bowl. I'm gonna finally dice some red onion up and add that too. And I'm gonna add about 1 tablespoon of red onion per tomato I have in my batch. And that's about 5 large tomatoes in there. And that's about 5 tablespoons of red onion. I want my salsa to have a really bright lemony citrus flavor to it. So I went to my tree and I took a look around and I found some really nice lemons. Whenever I use lemons, most often than not, I will use the zest. I don't let that go to waste. As long as you're not zesting the white part, you're gonna have a much more flavorful lemony taste in whatever dish you're making. So I encourage you to, when it says lemon juice, add the zest too, and that way you don't waste it. That salsa is so pretty already. Now we're gonna add our lemon juice. This is probably 1/4 cup of lemon juice that's going in here. I'm gonna add some pepper to spike it up. This is a pasilla chili, but you can use jalapeno or any kind you like. Anaheim, Serrano, but don't put the seeds in. I don't think they're very healthy. Wow, look at all those colors. So pretty. It's time for the cilantro. I don't want too many stems in it because it just bugs me. So I'm taking off the leaves. If there are any ingredients you don't like in your salsa, then let me tell you, just leave them out. It's fine. You make salsa the way you like it. If you don't like those onions, leave them out. You don't like the cilantro, leave it out. But you gotta have those tomatoes. So give it a good chop and throw it in. This amount is gonna take 1 teaspoon of salt for my liking. And let's say a few ground of ground pepper too. Let's mix that up. Oh my goodness, I can smell the lemon and those tomatoes. It smells great. That's the most colorful salsa I think there is on the planet. Time to try it. That's summertime in a bowl. Subscribe to my channel and let's keep making really great things in the kitchen this summer. Viva la fiesta! Rebecca Brown, and today we're going to make guacamole. This is a great Mexican treat, and we are in the middle of Fiesta here in Santa Barbara. This recipe is a classic guacamole. I was at my farmer's market looking at all the great tomatoes. Oh, there were all kinds of colors. And I got some avocados there too. I also got some peppers, and I picked these lemons from my tree in the backyard. Holy moly, guacamole. It was fun. So let's make our dish. The ingredients for this dish are the star of the dish, the avocados, tomato, red onion, cilantro, and that was fun picking out too, lemons, or you can use limes, salt, and pepper. For my heat today, I'm going to use a pasilla chili, but you can use Tabasco or cayenne pepper, whatever's on hand, that's fine. I'm going to eat it with my homemade tortilla chips, and that recipe's on my channel too. Let's get started. Cut your avocados in half, twist them apart, and now do this. Hit the knife into the center of the pit and twist out. Isn't that easy? Then you got to get the pit off the knife. Careful. Just take your knife and you cut a checkerboard pattern into your avocado. Crosshatch, inside out, into the bowl he goes. And I do the crosshatch method again. This is like my go-to chopping method. Be careful of your fingers, and you need a sharp knife to cut a tomato or a serrated one, so be careful. I'm adding all of these to my guacamole. If you don't have any tomatoes, you can skip this part, but this makes it extra saucy, and I like that. I'm adding a tiny bit of red onion, and I'm cutting it into really teensy little bites, because I'm one of those that don't want a big bite of onion when I'm eating something. I like the flavors to really blend in. I like less than 1 tablespoon of finely chopped red onion per avocado. That's all. And this is a big pile, so I'm not going to use all of it. One of my favorite flavors in a guacamole would be the lime or the lemon juice. Today I have lemons, but this could be limes as well. That white stuff is so bitter, it'd be awful. If you don't want a zest because you don't have the right equipment, don't. Because it's better to leave it out than to have any of that bitter taste. Here we go. I want the juice of 1 or 2 limes or 1 lemon. My heat today is going to be in the form of a real life pepper, but you can use Tabasco, cayenne pepper, whatever you like. If you use cayenne pepper, I suggest try a 1/4 teaspoon at a time because it's really hot. So I'm chopping these up in little tiny bites because I just don't want it too hot in any one bite. You can use jalapeno as well, but taster beware. My little bowl looks like a little confetti party happening. I really like the flavor of cilantro with all of that lemon juice and avocado, so I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of chopped cilantro. To this quantity, I add half a teaspoon of salt and some swift grinds of fresh ground pepper. Then we stir it up. This guacamole is just your basic recipe. Classic is the best in my book. So subscribe to my channel and let's keep cooking together. You can find these chips on my channel too. That's amazing. Viva la fiesta! Rebecca Brand, and today we're having tacos. I get so many requests for tacos, I can't believe I haven't made them yet. This is what you need: ground beef, some fresh tortillas, tomato, red onion, some cilantro, cheese, now that's for the topping. You're gonna need oil to fry your tortillas in, and I'm gonna make a homemade spice mix today. I use cumin, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, salt, oregano, black pepper, and red hot cayenne pepper. And my secret ingredient, a little bit of white vinegar. So crank up your heat to high, and we're gonna start cooking our ground beef while we get everything else ready. I drop my hamburger meat in a little bit at a time because I want it to be all loose when it goes into my taco. I don't want a big meatball in there. And since I want it to brown, I am not gonna start stirring it yet until one side of it is brown. So let's go make our spices. So while my meat is cooking on high, I'm gonna put my spice mix together, which is 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1, 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Oh my goodness, that was about 1.5, so now we're gonna do another half. More or less is fine with these spices. 1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon paprika, and I couldn't get the top off this one, so I'm just gonna give it a lot of shakes there. I think that's good enough for government purposes. 1 teaspoon oregano, and for a little zip, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. For a lot of zip, you can do 1/2 teaspoon. And mix that up. This spice mix is like one of those little packages of taco seasoning you get at the grocery store. And it was about 30 cents for all of this. That's a deal. I don't like to pay $1.50 for those. So pour your spice mix into your ground beef. And I haven't stirred this, which is great because look at it. Let me make my point here. If I flip this over, it is brown. Voila, we got action, Jackson. And this is my trick to really cooking fast, is when I know I need to get something extra brown for extra flavor, I leave it alone. So this is my secret. I'm adding 1/4 cup of water now because it's brown and those spices got mixed up in it. And I'm adding 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. The white vinegar adds a little tang to the flavor, and it also helps tenderize that meat. So we mash that together and mix it around, and all that beautiful spice mixture, vinegar and water, is gonna simmer together and make that beef really tender. This is where you turn it down from high to medium. And this is gonna sit there and cook while I get the rest of the taco dish together. It's time to start heating up our oil. So on high it goes. I'm pouring in about 1 cup of oil. So leave that nearby while you chop up your vegetables. So I'm gonna cut up my vegetables now so they're all ready when my tacos are ready. I like my tomatoes in really small pieces so I can wedge a whole bunch between my taco shell. I like a little red onion in my taco, so I'm gonna mince them up in little pieces. And I love cilantro. I think cilantro just identifies your taco as being Mexican. And my cheese is on deck. We're ready to go with those shells. So we gotta test the oil to make sure it's hot, and that means it's gonna sizzle when I stick a tortilla in it, and it's sizzling. So I like to do 3 at a time. 1, 2, 3. Because I always have a family to feed. So I've developed methods so this goes down really fast. It's on high, and the coldness of those tortillas is bringing the temperature down, so it's not too high. I'm gonna turn down my meat now to low, because it's ready. Gonna give it a quick stir. Ooh, that looks great, it smells great too. This is the dangerous part of the recipe, so be careful. Stay way away from that hot oil. So my method is to have this bubbling up and really hot, and as one side's kind of done, then I'm gonna flip it. It's been in there about 30 seconds, and I can feel that they're getting a little harder to the touch, and that's the perfect time to turn, stick a fork in it, and we're gonna kind of shape it. So that one's gonna sit there. This one gets turned and flipped as well. And now this one too. To do 3 at a time, you gotta really maneuver in that oil to get that shape in those taco shells. So turn it over to the other side once one side's crispy, because you want the other side crispy too. It'll take you about 3 minutes to do a taco shell. Go back and forth until they start to get a golden brown and you know they're done. Then take them out and deliver them to the paper towel plate waiting for them. Shake off that oil. All right, time to make our tacos. So a little meat first is how I make them, or a lot, as the case may be. Tomatoes, onions, cilantro, and cheese. Now, is that a perfect taco or what? Time to try it. Yummy. I really love the spice mixture in that meat. I hope you try it. Subscribe to my channel, and let's keep making great things for dinner. Brand, and today we're going to make a watermelon cherry spritzer. It is perfect for a super hot summertime day. Let me show you what's in it. We have lemon lime soda, watermelon, cherry jello, and a cup of ice. Let's get started. So I have a trick. We're going to have to dissolve that jello. I don't want to dilute my taste of my drink today. So I'm going to use 1/2 cup of the lemon lime soda. I'm going to heat it in my microwave for 1 minute to get it really hot. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of cherry jello into that hot lemon lime soda. Look at that go. I'm stirring that up so that can dissolve. Ooh, it's frothy. It's really pretty. I'm using a seedless watermelon because I don't like the seeds at all. We're going to strain it anyway, so if you don't have seedless watermelon, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to give it a head start in the blender by chopping it up. I'm putting my hardest item to blend first, and that's 1 cup of ice. This is crushed out of my refrigerator, but ice cubes are fine too. Now I'm adding my Jello lemon lime concoction. Into that, add your watermelon. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of lemon lime soda. Yummy. That had a lot of froth on it, so I'm going to spike it with a little extra. Then turn it on your blender and crush it up. That's done. Oh, that looks great. I want to make sure there's no seeds or texture in it, so it's going through a strainer. Stir it around. I put some ice in a cup just to spike up that coldness. What a summertime drink this is. Time for the taste. Oh man. That is so refreshingly watermelon. It's fantastic, and I taste a little bit of the cherry. So subscribe to my channel. Let's keep making dishes for hot summer days, like a watermelon cherry spritzer. If you want to make any of the recipes you saw on my show today, I've posted them all on YouTube. I'm going to show you how to find them so you can jot the recipes down and make it at your own house. So you got to get to a computer, you press your website browser, go to your address bar, and you type in www.youtube.com. Enter. Then YouTube's going to have its own little search bar. So in that search bar, You type in Rebecca Brand Recipes. You hit enter on your keyboard, and then you're going to get my page. So my page is going to come up, and then you want to search for the recipe you saw on the show. So you go into this little black thing. It's a black search bar. It's like you can never see it, so let me show you where it is. And in that bar, you type in what you saw. Let's say you saw a chicken recipe. So if you type in chicken and you press return, you're going to get all my chicken dishes. And then you can just click on whatever chicken you want. It's as simple as that. So start watching the video, and in it comes the recipe. So you click pause, and that's it. Get your pencil and paper together, start writing. Those are the ingredients, and they're exactly what I make on camera. For the techniques, you might want to watch it again. But bon appetit, happy cooking, and I'd love to know how it turns out. Cheers.